out! Time out! Time out, Joey! Time out, Joey!
Bro, I will literally do this for the next hour. I will let you. Let's watch that intro for the next hour. We'll alternate timeouts.
Yes.
Let's just go for an hour. I'll tell you right now, bro.
I'm game with that, man. This was a show full of timeouts. That's the best way to describe this train wreck overall, man. Vince Russo, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, Doctor. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. So let's just jump right into it, man. How do you feel about well, there's a few people thinking that was pretty good, man. What do you think about Raw tonight, Vince?
Thinking what was pretty good?
Raw.
Oh, come on, bro. Listen, if you like wrestling, it's a great show. I mean, again, bro, people that are going to that house show are having a good time. They're getting the house show experience. Unfortunately, the people at home are getting the house. Bro, I think people have forgotten over the years what a largely watched wrestling show looks like. I think people have forgotten, bro. I think it's been so long that people have forgotten what a well-written television show wrestling used to look like. I think people have forgotten. So now this is accepted. And again, bro, if you like wrestling, you're one of the people tuning in and enjoying these shows. Bro, if we didn't learn anything from the Rampage numbers Friday night, and it was exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. They do it all the time. They pop a number with a big attraction, and then those people are watching the show and they're saying, there's nothing here, no reason to watch next week. Okay. If that Punk number on Friday does not put a nail in it once and for all, then nothing will. Nothing will, Chris.
Yep. It went down close to 400,000, didn't it? So it was like 1.1.
Like, I think, 1.127 and change.
Yeah. So it went down like almost 400,000.
Bro, I'm the enemy. I'm the bad guy. No, bro, I'm the one that talks common sense.
Yeah.
I talk common sense, bro. I talk based on numbers, based on facts, based on what we see. And, you now, people enjoyed the show. Bro, good for you. I would never tell you to stop watching this show, but you enjoy wrestling.
Yeah.
The rest of us, I mean, I was watching the Braves and Dodgers. Thank God that came on. I switched over to that for a little while.
Nice.
But I'm watching this. I mean, Chris, come on, man. At 10:30, I'm watching Xavier Woods and AJ Styles, and I'm sitting here and I'm saying, who's watching this? Bro, do you know at the end of the match when he was crawling to the ropes, bro, do you think anybody cared whether or not he got to the rope or not? I mean, seriously, like at that point, that long into the show, does anybody really care? I bet you more people wanted him to tap out than grab the rope just so we could move on with the show.
I was one of those people, and I like Xavier Woods a lot, actually. And it was just, and that's exactly what it was. I was just ready to move to move forward with the show because to me, I was looking at this and I said, I mean, why do I care about Xavier Woods versus AJ Styles? What's the story behind this? Why do I care? Kofi's not even around, anymore right now, just for the past few weeks, except for that, random, merch, pub spot at the backstage. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, please tap out Xavier Woods, because there's nothing to this that I care about. I just don't care. Yeah.
Yep.
We start with Damian Priest in-ring promo. He talks about United States Championship history. Vince Russo. And out of the long lineage of United States champions that Damian Priest could have mentioned, he mentioned Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, and John Cena. And so three future Hall of Famers for sure. But out of the long lineage of Hall of Fame wrestlers who actually made that championship prestigious, these are the three names he chose, Vince.
Yeah, because they're active. I mean, they're active. I mean, that's why he named those three. They're all on the active roster. Cena now is back making movies again, but he's going to be back at the right time, and that's why they just named those three individuals.
But you couldn't do. I was going to say Dusty. He was one of the first people I was thinking of. But Cody, his son is the executive vice president of the rival that Nick Khan has. He doesn't look at him. He has blinders on.
Blinders, bro. Blinders.
So, yeah. He has the blinders on. Yeah.
Man, I hope he had the blinders on tonight, and his wife positioned him away from the TV.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. I don't know. Again, Vince. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, okay, where's the storyline development? The next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules. Like, where are we going here? Like, you got champions mixing in with each other. You got the U.S. champ blending in with the WWE champ. You got the WWE champ blending in with the tag team champ. It's just a whole lot of just mumbo jumbo here. And he gets interrupted by Sheamus. He issues an open challenge. He gets interrupted by Sheamus and then McIntyre and then MVP and Lashley and then RK Bro. And MVP's like, oh, okay, well, we'll answer your open challenge of having a tag team match. You shouldn't have said it. And so there's a match, and then the triple threat's a match because Pierce comes out with the Veil. And then in the midst of all that, a segment bleeds in right into it because Rhea Ripley comes out after all this. As a writer, Vince, why? Please explain to us, as a former writer of Raw, why are all these segments just blending in like this?
Well, because Chris, I could tell you the writing process. There was a schedule. We did certain things on certain days. Monday was Raw. Tuesday, this had to be done. Wednesday, this had to be done. Thursday, this. Friday, this. We had a schedule. Mm-hmm. Bro, come on, Chris. You and I can both look at this 3-hour show. Chris, this was written in an hour.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just look at this show. Look at the way this show is put together. Bro, this show is written in an hour.
Yeah.
And that's what you get, man. That's exactly what you're looking at.
Yeah.
First, again, man, I was just watching one of these shows on freaking Netflix the other night. Clickbait. Name of it is Clickbait. Okay. Bro, I don't even know how many episodes it was, but I know that I started at about 9-ish. Chris, I sat there till 4 a.m. Watch the whole series simply because, Chris, I'm falling asleep. I want to go to bed. I got one eye open. I want to go to bed. Bro, it's this simple. Every episode ended with, shoot, I got to watch the next one. That's not hard to do. Yes. So here I am. I'm dead tired. I want to go to sleep. I literally am watching with one eye open. I'm falling asleep. I'm waking up. I'm rewinding back, falling asleep. Bro, from 9 at night till 4 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So in other words, my point is it can be done. Now, you and I are not going to argue here, bro. We're not going to argue with Nick Khan. We understand the money you're making. God bless all of you. You're wealthy people. Your family will be wealthy. Your grandchildren. God bless all of you. To me, that is still not a license to just give the viewer week after week a pile of doo-doo.
Yes.
A cliffhanger, bro. Just give us a cliffhanger. That's all you have to do. But to not even give us that, bro. I mean, it's like, man, guys, I really am glad you're making a lot of money. I understand that, but Chris, this should not be torture for us to watch.
Oh, I agree 100%. Yeah, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, Vince. But I'm gonna tell you something. I got something for you as you're pulling up something here. That I'm about to pull up something here. That I'm looking at your garb, Vince, and I said, you know what, man? I'm inspired because I'm going back to like 2002 with your gear to this here right here that I'm about to show you, man. So shout out to Vince Russo for his very interesting and cool cut off vest here that has a very similar look to the Triple H.
Bro, I'd be more flattered because I thought you were going to put up Larry the Cable Guy, and I would have been much more impressed with Larry the Cable Guy than Triple H.
It reminds me of the cut off denim, man. You know.
Bro, I was in the Ark and I saw this on the rack, and it had Larry the Cable Guy written all over. I'm like, I'm getting that shirt for $1.99 right there.
Nice. Yes. With the Bouncie's return.
Hey, Chris, I got to ask you a question though. In the opening segment, with everybody out there and stuff, bro, at one time they said 3 titles were on the line.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So were they counting the tag titles as 2?
They were counting the tag titles as 2. I noticed that too. I said, wait a minute. What are you talking about here? You're literally like pulling. I mean, like you're really grasping for straws at this point. It's like 3 titles is on the line, ladies and gentlemen. So very interesting. I noticed that too. Next, we get Rhea Ripley defeating Shayna Bazer. I mean, somehow Shayna and Nia still teaming, but Nia's like on this one night, it's just heel trip, like they're trying to build her to some monster star again. Like,
bro, haven't they done this like 3 times with her? Well, they have, right, Chris? I mean, I think this is like the 3rd time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they've done heel monster pushes for her for years. I mean, it's been over and over and over again. And so I'm wondering, like, what are they doing? Because the champ now is Charlotte, right? So she's a champ again.
Yeah.
So Jax does, I mean, just a clean win against Charlotte, who's a heel, but they're building Nia as a heel, and she just like takes care of all the top women right now. But she just beats Charlotte just cleanly. Vince, I don't understand this, man.
Well, there's something I really didn't understand, because we go from this to Vikings promoting bug spray with Raid. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, do they have a bug spray?
They've got a roach problem at home, man. That's what it is. And here's the thing. I like Hanson. I don't even know what his name. I think I don't even know his name nowadays, but he used to be Hanson ROH. I've interviewed him on my Pancakes and Power Slam show before. Nice guy. Met him in person.
Chris, they're not writing the show. Like we say this every week. These guys are not writing the show.
Here's the thing, Vince.
That clear.
I don't understand the start-stop stuff. I don't. Like, you're trying, like, how am I supposed to, Vince is buy-in for me. All right. How am I supposed to buy into the Viking Raiders if it's push, and then lose for
Yeah.
2 months, and then all of a sudden you beat a big team, and then you lose for another few weeks. And then, how am I supposed to be
Chris, I
invested?
always tell you the most important thing to getting anybody over is they have to be represented on TV every single week. And there
Yeah.
are like 5 or 6 ways to represent a talent. Because again, now I'm going to ask you, wait a minute. We've been getting Ali and Mansoor shoved down our throats for the last God knows how many weeks, and what they've disappeared off. Oh, Vikings turn. Now we're going to put the Vikings.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, next week, who's the other guy? Retribution.
Yep.
Those guys haven't been on in 3 weeks. Let's slot them right in.
It does seem like just a revolving door of tag teams at this point.
Yeah.
Like you've like, okay, calling up Mason T-Bar, come out of vacation. You know, they're back in vacation in Costa Rica. I think we said they were in. And so they're like, okay, now time's up. Come back, do your stint, do your revolving door. Okay, now you leave. Now the Mansoor and Ali comes. All right, you do your few weeks, and now you leave, and now the Viking Raiders come. How is this a representation of the tag team division?
I don't know, bro. Nobody matters.
No,
I mean, they've made nobody matters at all, bro. Nobody.
No, not at all. We get Nia Jax attacking Nikki ASH, and then she attacks Ripley post-match. I mean, this is the beginning of Nia Jax's big monstrous heel push that they're trying to do out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. And again, Charlotte's a heel and she's the champ, but they're trying to build another big heel for Charlotte.
And then when we got to the match, they were rooting for Charlotte.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right.
So is she a baby face now, or is she going to stay a heel? I mean, like, I had my presentation last week, Vince. You know, I talked about some of the most memorable tag team turns in pro wrestling history. It meant something. It was emotion that came with it. All these flip-flop turns nowadays, like, who am I supposed to root for you this week? Am I supposed to, you're going against a heel, but you've been emasculating us every week with your promos, talking about how bad we are, but for some reason, I'm supposed to, Nia Jax, I'm supposed to boo her, but she's actually beating the person who I don't like. So am I supposed to be cheering her? But it's just, again, Vince, if I'm telling someone about this, if I'm giving someone the skinny about the women's division right now, it is just a total mind-numbing mess.
You know, Chris, you said a thing that is so important there. It's like, okay, man, if I'm a wrestling fan and I'm a WWE fan, I actually can't give a non-WWE fan a reason to watch this show. If you're selling this show, what are you selling? You know, bro, it's almost like a band putting out a new album and every song sucking. Yeah. So how am I going to tell my friend, bro, you got to go out and get this album when like every song on the album sucks?
Yeah.
You can't, even being pro WWE. What are you saying? Oh, bro, you got to see. You got to see what, bro? You got to see RK, bro? Like that. Right. That's what you've got to see. Like what? Oh my God, you've got to see what, bro? What do I have to see on this show?
100%. And even with this particular women's division just mess, it's like you selling some new show that's out that has heroes and villains, but sometimes the heroes are the villains. But okay, this guy is, he's the one he's the Avenger this week, but next week he's going to be the villain, but he's going to attack the villain, but he's not the good guy anymore. So, but you wait until a couple more weeks that he may be the good guy then, and then, you want to watch it? You want to watch it?
And Chris, that is all because none of them have defined characters.
Exactly.
If they had defined characters and they were true to themselves week after week after week, then this would make sense.
Correct.
But when you don't have a defined character, people are confused off the bat.
Yeah, Vince, because every time I watch Raw, it's just I'm watching wrestling matches.
Yeah.
Like every single week. I'm just watching I'm watching 3 hours of wrestling matches, and there's not any continual storylines, there's no cliffhangers. It's just it's just some segment. Oh, okay, well, we'll fight again. We'll fight tonight.
Yep. Or
some variation of the same match that's been going on for the past 2 months. Another matches together, but there's hardly any backstage stuff. There's no riveting stuff. There's no something that really caused me to be shocked or intrigued. It's just a bunch of matches piled up together. And here's my point to this, Vince. It's gotten so bad that even Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville got booed on Raw. And the only thing they came to do was just confirm matches.
Yeah, and it's really sad too, because like Sonya's trying to give it a big buildup and blah blah blah, and that's gonna take place tonight. And like no one cares. Like, okay, nobody cares. It's not. She's watched years and years and years of wrestling, learning how to do tonight.
Yeah,
and she's finally out there doing it, but unfortunately, nobody cares.
It fell flat, man. It's like we're doing it tonight.
Yeah. Bro, you know what's so sad too, Chris? For as good, you and I, we always give credit where credit is due. We always put over the production. But you know what I don't get either, bro? Bro, they're showing crowd shots of people doing nothing.
Yeah.
Bro, you're supposed to find the people that are the most excited and put they're literally taking shots in the crowd of people doing nothing. Yeah. And I'm like, guys, like, what do you do? Do you not even care about that? Chris, do you know, I remember back in the day, Chris, listen to this. WWE Magazine, Tom Buchanan was the head photographer. If Tom ever shot a picture and in the background it caught empty seats, bro, we weren't allowed to use the picture. No matter how great the picture was, if you saw empty seats, you couldn't. And now they're shooting the crowd of lifeless people. Bro, they're shooting they're shooting 3 types of things. The kids, people that are doing nothing, and the fans that are mocking, the fans that are doing raid.
Yeah.
They're mocking. They're not fans. They're mocking. They're nerds mocking, and that's what they're shooting throughout this whole show. And I'm like, gosh, bro, Chris, I watch baseball every day, and bro, what are they always doing? They're shooting the hottest girls in the stands.
Oh yeah.
So you're sitting at home subliminally saying, "Oh, bro, I got to go to one of these games." You know what I'm saying? But when they're showing me these people in the crowd, I'm like, "Oh my god, bro! I'd rather take a nap than go to this event."
You bring your friends over. You're like, look, that's the reason why we should go next week. Right.
Bro, there's just so, bro, you talk about like just going and we're not talking about the talent busting their rear ends in the ring.
Yeah.
We're talking about the putting together of this show and the XU. You're talking about just going through the motions, bro.
Yeah. And it's just like, I would imagine, again, from a talent standpoint, they are getting paid to go through the motions. A lot of them are, you know what I mean? Because we both know, we hear from people that a lot of them try to pitch things. Speaking of pitch, did we even see an Elias segment this week?
Nope.
Oh man! So
and what I'm assuming Miz got tested positive.
I guess so.
I mean, I'm assuming okay, bro, you promoted the show. Yeah, you promoted the match last week, and okay, so
it seemed like it was a COVID thing. I don't, it's really interesting because we don't know No Alexa Bliss either. You know, they tried. She came out. She came out as the person who said, "Okay, well, I'm going to make this triumphant entry of interrupting Charlotte Flair cutting her heel promo," and the next week they couldn't fit her in
Yeah,
3 hours.
wasn't she? Wasn't the idea that she was in a program with Charlotte after last week?
As of last week, yeah. And this week, no Alexa Bliss, and also Nia Jax just beat Charlotte clean. I don't know what to say. Again, if I am bringing people into this show, how am I explaining this to people, Vince? We get Viking Raiders defeating Jinder Mahal and Veer. Your boy Jinder, man, he's back down the rung, man. Oh, poor Jinder, man. He needs to grow his hair out and just he looks like $1 million. He already has that foreign heat that can work with him, but at the same time, we did a writing with Russo, and I think we did a really good pitch of him becoming a babyface, man. And I believe that. I think they should do that, man. But he's just back down in the same well again.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, bro, did they not put Ali and Mantar on the show because of what's happening overseas?
Oh,
I bet you that's why.
Well, they're
they were on last week though, and it was happening last week.
Yeah, they're on last week.
You know, I just don't know, bro. Not them, like you said. No Elias, no Alexa Bliss. Like,
yeah, I really, yeah. And then Jinder's back. I mean, he's back down the rung, man. I don't. Jinder is ready made to be a star. I don't understand why they are misusing the guy, and they have been for a while. I know that he's injury prone. He's had like a couple injuries in the past couple years, and that's always something that has stopped someone's momentum. But I would say try it, man. I would say try having Jinder as a babyface, because right now the whole Veer and Shanky alliance, what is it leading to? I mean, it really, the purpose of that alliance was to make Drew McIntyre look stronger as a babyface going into SummerSlam. Okay, Drew McIntyre. So here's the thing, Vince. This is 50-50 at its finest. You have weeks and weeks and weeks to make Drew McIntyre look like a stronger babyface. Right? A week after SummerSlam, he gets pinned in a United States Championship match. Drew McIntyre, out of anyone, the one who you should be protecting, one of the baby faces you should be protecting the most, you should never have that dude get pinned on a regular episode of Raw. But for some reason, we're supposed to just be okay with the fact that he gets built up all these weeks to become a strong babyface just to lose a week later, Vince.
Bro, because now they're rolling with Damian Priest. Just like they were rolling with Ricochet. It's the same thing. You're not giving us anything about this dude's character, bro. So he's just another wrestler on the card. So here's what's going to happen, bro. We're rolling with Damian Priest. We're not getting the reaction we want for Damian Priest. Time to roll with somebody else. Is it Drew's turn? Yeah, let's get Drew. I mean, that's what's happening by getting nobody over.
Yes, indeed. It's unfortunate. And again, that's the reason why the retention's so bad, but your boy Nick Khan said, like, hey, this is a really good year of wrestling. Of pro wrestling.
Yeah, great show.
It's a fantastic show, Vince. Next we get a timeout. We even follow the next. All right, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Let's do it.
Timeout! Timeout! Timeout, Joey! Timeout, Joey!
What you got, my man?
Chris,
What's up?
I don't have anything. I just need a timeout from the show. I just need a timeout. I don't have nothing.
I started the show with a timeout.
That was a 30-second timeout.
Yes.
I just needed a timeout from this.
Yes, right.
All right, now go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. Yeah, continue. Chris.
Nothing in particular. I just
Bro, you know what the sad thing is, bro? How many months now have we seen Veer and Shanky?
Like 2 or 3.
I don't know who's who. I don't know. Like,
Wait,
I don't know, bro. I don't know
Shanky's
who's
the
who.
tall one, I think.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Shanky's the tall one.
That's bad, bro. That's bad. That's bad.
I think Shanky's the tall one. I think he is. Goldberg gets interviewed.
Yeah, a week too late.
Yeah.
A week too late. We weren't going to interview him last. We're going to wait a weekend.
We're going to wait a whole week going on. Yeah. And so Goldberg, we all need a timeout from Raw. That's a comment there. So Goldberg, he's like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna do, just a patch, just to really what word am I looking for? Just a patchy beard type of deal, just a sandy beard. I don't care, man. Just
well, he is coming for his soul like the Undertaker.
Oh man, so maybe
here's the problem. Okay, all right, bro, you missed a week. We got him this week, and he says, "I'm not coming for the championship. I'm coming for Bobby Lashley's soul." Mm-hmm. Okay, bro, he's got to come for Lashley next week. Otherwise, I'm coming for Lashley's soul. But I'm really not going to come until I'm booked against him on the Sodi.
Right.
Exactly. You know what? That's the problem, bro. Yep. Can't have this guy say this and just not show up out of the blue next week. That's the problem. So Goldberg doesn't show up. We don't see him again. So, okay, we're assuming now he's full of crap and he's afraid. Right. Okay.
And when I saw this segment, I said, okay, so Goldberg, we're gonna have Goldberg and Lashley at Saudi. All right. And so
do you know when that is? Do you know when that is, Chris?
It's October.
Okay. All right. So it's fairly soon, about 6 weeks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see, I'll find out. It's called Crown Jewel, coming back on October. Yep. Come back in October. So yeah, it's so about 6 weeks out. And so here's the thing. This is what I see with this segment, October 21st, Thursday, October 21st. We have about 7 weeks. So yeah, about 6 weeks, a little over 6 weeks. So here's the thing. This is what I see. This is what I see happening. Goldberg versus Lashley one more time. Now, I can see Goldberg beating Lashley, but I'm wondering if the whole coming for your soul thing is just a way to make it a non-title match. I can see, like,
it's a great point,
I'm coming for your soul. I don't want the WWE Championship anymore. I'm coming for your soul. Yep. And that's just a way to go for Goldberg to beat him, because, it's the Saudi events are just like one big, huge house show with all the babyface, all the babyfaces winning. Yep. So they're going to have Goldberg win to please that Saudi crowd. And they don't want the title change, though.
That's a great point, man. Yep.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yep.
Next we have the 24/7 segment. Oh man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say about this thing, man. I just where are we getting on this? Like, it's not even defended anymore. Like the title, not only is the title not defended, every single week is just different ways for Reggie to jump around.
Yeah, that's what he did. There was no blows exchange, no nothing. He went
Every
from
week.
one. He went from one rail to the other and out.
Every
That was
week,
his segment.
it's every week something like he's just jumping off. Who books this stuff?
And
man?
every dog has his day, but you. That was the punchline of this whole segment.
I mean, I just don't understand it, man. Who? Okay, so there's a production. There's a booking meeting, Vince. You've been there. You've been at the head of the table. You know, move over Roman Reigns. Vince Russo's been at the head of the table. All right, and there's a segment. Does someone come up with the idea of this 24/7 segment? Does the head writer pitch it?
Chris, I'm just telling you, bro. Like this entire show, like I don't think anything would have even ever been pitched. You know what I'm saying? And if it were pitched, the guy receiving the pitch would laugh, and then we'd go on to the next thing. This stuff is actually making it on the show.
Yeah.
And again, bro, it's okay. We're going to look at this and we're going to say, Chris, okay, bro. I don't even know. What's the dude's name in the dog costume?
Akira Tozawa.
Okay, Tozawa's in the door. Okay, bro, kids will love this. Kids will think it's hysterical. Look at R-Truth with a blonde wig and walking a dog. But I'm so confused because 1 minute we're doing all this kid stuff, and the next minute they're making sure that the talent cusses.
Yeah.
So now, but is the talent cussing part of? Oh, that's going to be cool for the cool kids.
That's
like
edgy.
I don't know what the message is here.
Yeah,
I don't. It goes from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. This is for children. Okay, this is a little bit more adult. This is for children. I don't know. I don't know who this show is for.
And then it's for children. Like, how small are the children?
Right.
Because my two boys are 8 and 6, almost 9 and 6. They're not even watching this. Like I have a 3-year-old daughter. Like she'd watch it.
She would have liked the dog gimmick, right?
She would have liked it. Yeah, absolutely. But my 9 and 6-year-old boys, they're not watching this mess. Like they turn the channel in a heartbeat. Watch.
And not only that, bro, but like in what decade and when and how and why did we turn this into a kiddie show?
Exactly.
I mean, I remember Georgia State. I used to get the Georgia Championship Wrestling with Gordon Soley. I remember that was a kids show. NWA was a kids show. Memphis was a kids show.
Right.
Like when did we get the concept that this is now going to be for children?
It's something that has never been like wrestling has always been about. The adults are intrigued and they bring their kids. Like
right.
That's what pro wrestling was all about.
Right.
That's what I grew up watching, you know, at the convention center here in Columbus, Ohio, back in 1991 when Bret Hart and Roddy Piper were feuding together. You know, like that was a big moment, like, whoa, I'm going to see wrestling with my parents. Whoa. You know what I mean? Like that was a big thing because WWE was still catering to the 18 to 49 demographic. That's still that. I mean, that is the key demographic for WWE to write for, well, at least what they should. Why is the emphasis on 12, 11, 10-year-old kids? And it's 2021. They're not watching this stuff,
bro.
Man.
You know what the perfect example is, Chris? I swear to God, because I was one of these people. Bro, it's the same thing. The perfect comparison is when I bought my first Kiss record at 16. I was a Kiss fan at 16. I stayed very, very loyal to the band. Mm-hmm. When my kids were old enough, I brought them to see Kiss. Mm-hmm. The only difference is, bro, Kiss didn't change and start singing nursery rhymes.
Right.
It was the same kiss. It was the same concert. And then I brought my kids and they got hooked on it. But it would have literally been like Kiss starting to sing Mother Goose rhymes.
Right.
It was the same band and the kids got, holy, this is cool.
Yeah.
They didn't water anything down, bro.
Yeah. It's wrestling's not for kids, man, or at least it's for, again, for the adults, for the demographic, and the kids are like, and the kids were, I remember when wrestling was exciting to watch. It was one of those things that you're like, man, I feel kind of like a grown up because I'm like 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, like watching wrestling, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I should puff up my chest. And like, even if I was 16, Vince, I would be embarrassed to watch Raw because it's not even written for me if I was 16. Yeah. If I was 13, you know what I mean? Like, I'd bring my friends over to watch Raw if I was 13 years old, and they'd see a black guy with locks flying around rails with another black guy with a wig, you know, on, and another guy in a dog suit. Like, I would bring my 13-year-old fellow friends to see that.
I bet you there's statistics, and I just wrote that down, Chris, because I'm going to look this up during the week. I'm going to do a little bit of homework. I bet you there are statistics of the percentage of people in a certain age group that watch TV 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. I'm going to see if I can find those statistics, because I guarantee you, the later the night goes on, the older and older the crowd becomes. Yeah. So what they're doing is going against everything that a television viewer does. But I don't want to talk out of my backside. I'm going to do some research, but I guarantee you can find those numbers where, okay, what's the medium age of people watching TV from 8 to 9?
Yeah.
Okay, 9 to 10, right. 10 to 11, and you are going to see. Mm-hmm. That's against everything they're doing here, bro.
Especially since school's back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, right. I would see that if there were different, I mean, there could be some alterations during the summertime, but school's back in session, you know, so kids are back in bed. You know what I mean? They're back in bed at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. They're not watching the third hour of Raw, you know, and if they do, they're sneaking, you know what I mean, and watching it. And the thing is, they're probably falling asleep. You know, yeah. they're probably falling asleep during the Raw, so they're not really interested in watching Raw. Again, if I was 13, 14, 15 years old, as much as I love wrestling, and I've been watching wrestling for 35 years, I would not watch Raw at its current state. If I was a teenager, I just wouldn't do it, especially since Monday Night Football, you know what I mean? And just so many other things that's going on, so many shows that's going on now. YouTube's a big thing now. You know what I mean? There's just so many things that, like, WWE has competition, not just wrestling. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. When I was a teenager, it was mostly just Raw and Nitro. There was no YouTube. There was no Facebook. There was no Twitter. There was no social media when I was a teenager. And so it was Raw, it was Nitro. All right. Now you have whatever cool YouTube show that you want to go to as a teenager. Now you have TikTok. You know what I mean? Now you have, you know, Twitter. You know what I mean? Now you have Snapchat. There's other competitors that are against Raw that can take the kids' attention that you're trying to market to. If I'm looking at Reggie, if I'm a teenager, I'm not looking at a Reggie segment. I'm seeing that and I'm veering away and probably on TikTok. You know what I mean? I'm probably on somewhere, or I'm turning the channel if I'm using like a Fire Stick or streaming. I'm going away from whatever streaming service and I'm going on to YouTube because I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm not doing anymore. So WWE, you know, if Nick Khan talks so much about digital media and other stuff, you have to realize, Mr. Khan, like, the people who you're trying to cater to, they're not going to stay. They're not going to retain watching a Raw if they have so many other social platforms at the palm of their hands?
Chris, in 1996, when I started writing, bro, because of the attention span of people. So that's how many years ago, Chris? 25 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
25 years ago. Bro, a match never went through a commercial break because we knew people, the attention spans with everything you're talking about were getting smaller and smaller. No match ever went through a break. Chris, you know what I do as soon as I'm done here? As soon as I'm done here, I get my talking remote. I say YouTube. YouTube comes on. Here's the first thing I look at, Chris, the times. Bro, if it's over 10 minutes, I ain't watching it. I'm not watching anything over 10 minutes. And they're still having 15, 20-minute matches.
Yeah.
They're going against everything that is going a certain way. They're going the complete opposite way, bro.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to disrespect Nick Khan at all. He's made them a lot of money. But I mean, bro, there's so many obvious things here that you guys are just not doing.
Yeah. I mean, you have to keep the retention. You have to keep the attention, for the demographic you're trying to reach. And again, even, here's the thing. We're talking about kids, though. But Vince, even college kids, even 18 to 25-year-old kids.
They wouldn't be caught watching this. They wouldn't be dead watching this. So we were so hot on college campuses, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't even funny. They wouldn't be caught dead watching this stuff.
No way. No. And inviting people over. I mean, we used to have watch parties all the time, during college and stuff like that. And now, because it was fun, it's one of those things that, I was looking out. I love watching old school wrestling, and just the amount of tickets that they would sell. I mean, you had 90,000 attendees in 1987, Vince, at WrestleMania 3. And it's like, that was 34 years ago that you had a 90,000+ crowd. That just goes to show. And there was no internet, there was no access to content. There was no on demand. There was none of that. There was something up in the air about coming to a pro wrestling spectacle, an attraction. And the WWE and the NWA too, they build it that way. They build it like a prize fighting, like an old school boxing match with like the head person, the head main event of the card. You've got this guy that's super over against this guy that's super over. And the thing is, all the undercard matches, they really didn't come to see that, but there was more of a bonus. It really didn't matter. But the top matches, the top one or two matches were so big that everybody would come and look at. I mean, you're old school when it comes to wrestling cards. Look at those old school wrestling cards. You would have like the two big faces on the top of the poster board, this person versus this person. And then you would have smaller matches, like that.
Chris, I always go back to, and I can't believe we're talking about the same product. Okay. Chris, I was at Madison Square Garden the first time Savage wrestled Hogan. At the Garden, the first time. Chris, I'm not BSing you. The rafters were shaking.
Wow.
People were hanging off the rafters in the 300 section. How would you ever create that today? Ever? Like what? Oh my! I don't even know. You would have to start right now to create that 10 years from now, bro.
100%. 100%. I mean, dude, I'm looking at these old cards, man, and this, like, for instance, perfect example here. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Hold on. So we have an old school card right here, man. This is what brought people to the dance. All right. So you have bloody title return ordered by the NWA as a result of the wild brawl they had May 2nd when title changed hands. Johnny Valentine, newly crowned American champion, versus Fritz von Erich, ready to bring back the U.S. belt. Texas death bout rules if a third fall is needed to win. Midgets, you know what I mean? Like, two of the world's greatest sensations. And it's like Coliseum Friday 8:30. And it's just like, man, like it was two big faces and just a whole bunch of other, matches. I think I saw one that was like Starrcade 87. That was just the cards back in the day, man, were just absolutely amazing. And it really caused, people to really get excited about, the product. And people just excited to look at it, man. And I was one of those people. Yeah. Here's another one. Starrcade 87, man. I mean, like, Garvin versus this is the Chi-Town Rumble, November 26, 87. Ric Flair versus Ronnie Garden, steel cage match for the NWA Heavyweight Championship. So again, you had the two big faces, and then you had the matches here. You had other matches here. I mean, come on, look at these legends. Steel cage. This is a steel cage match here, and this is a steel cage match here. Rhodes versus Luger for the U.S. title. NWA and UWF TV title, Koloff versus Terry Taylor. UWF heavyweight title, Dr. Death versus Barry Windham. Tag team titles, Road Warriors versus Anderson and Blanchard. And it's like, man, those moments, those shows, you were just like, man, I got to see it.
Yeah.
But, what happened, man?
You didn't have to see Dewdrop and Eva Marie tonight.
They should have had their faces on the poster, Dewdrop, Eva Marie, and now Dewdrop does the whole, baby face thing. Now she's she's a big baby face star, I guess. Now,
when does a baby face ever do that to the heel? This is the first time they meet.
Yeah,
and she beats the crap out of Eva Marie before the bell even rings. The baby face.
Yeah.
The baby face.
Yeah, the baby face.
You would have the heel do that to the baby face a minimum of 4 times before the baby face ever got anything back.
Yep, exactly. And riveting television, Vince. Yep. Karrion Kross defeating Humberto Carrillo. And I mean, I don't know, Vince. What do we do with this stuff, man? I mean, what do we do?
What are you asking me? What do you think? I got answers, bro.
Come on, man. Give me the hot tag,
bro. I mean, I don't know. Come on, man. He's got the Lord Humongous gimmick going now with the mask and the suspenders. Nice.
Now he's doing the helmet on the side and doing the raid deal. He should be with the Viking Raiders, man. Lord Humongous, aka Karrion Kross. No Scarlet still, and so just who's Karrion Kross, Vince? I mean, like, there's no vignettes. Who is he? What's my buy-in with Karrion Kross, Vince?
I think he's the dude now. Who was the dude with the Ninja Turtles? The dude with the hockey mask. Remember the good dude that was with the Turtles? What was his name?
Oh, Master Splinter.
No, Splinter was the rat.
Shredder.
No, Shredder was the bad guy. I'm talking about the cool guy that was with them that wore the hockey mask.
Oh yeah. Oh,
what's his name? Somebody in the chat's got to know. Is anybody still in the chat? Everybody go to bed, bro. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, something like that.
Casey. What's his name? Y'all know his name. Casey Jones. Yes. Casey Jones.
Yeah, that's who he is now. It's Casey Jones. The Turtles are going to come out next week because the Vikings are going to hit the Turtles with Raid.
There you go.
See? All right. Yeah, we made some out of that. We just made some. What did we call chicken salad?
We started gimmicks at the gimmick. Casey Jones, ladies and gentlemen. I can't ring that bell now. Now I'm gonna be thinking of Casey Jones
Casey
every time
Jones, yeah, man,
Karrion
yeah,
Cross comes out now.
yeah.
He just needs a hockey stick. That's all. That's all he needs now. You might as well just give him a hockey stick.
Bro, this was probably the best thing of the night, Nia and Charlotte, because this was an absolute train wreck. You didn't know when they were really beating the crap out of each other and when they were working. It was sloppy as could be. I'm sure there was a couple of stiff rounds in there, but man, bro, I was so concerned her head smacked the mat at the end of this. Yeah. But I watched it a couple of times. It looked like she was able. Bro, when you're whipping somebody's body down to the ground with that force and you have a split second, you know how difficult it is to get your head up?
Yep.
I mean, she, whipped her. I mean, you got 1 second to do this. Yeah. Or your brain is fried, bro.
Yeah, it's knocked out, man.
Yeah, this was real sloppy.
Yeah. I mean, Nia Jax, like she literally was like out of makeup by the time that she was by the time the match was over, man. She was breathing all hard and just no makeup anymore. It was just very, very interesting. Again, no rhyme or reason behind this. I mean, just doesn't make any sense whatsoever of what they're doing. They're making just one out of all the other weeks. This week, you know what, Nia Jax, okay, we're going to build you into a big heel again.
Yeah. And bro, who knows the way they work? Did Charlotte say something? Was this a Andrade thing? Did Charlotte pop off about something? You know how these things work.
That's true. I need to check Charlotte's Twitter or IG.
Yeah, exactly. Like exactly. Right.
John Morrison. So the dirt sheets said that he's supposed to have a lot of the dirt sheets said that Morrison is supposed to have this big baby face push now.
Oh God!
since leaving the Miz, and so they broke up just for him to job out to Omos.
Right. There's a big baby face push.
Right. There's your big baby face push right now. Why do that? I mean, why break them up just to have Morrison just job out? I don't understand it. Why do you do that with John Morrison? And again, I don't understand, man. It's like Morrison's got a ton of potential. He's 42 now or somewhere around there. And so, he's a little older on the older side when it comes to the talent, but at the same time, that's not emphasized as much as it used to be, because I mean AJ's 44, Lashley's like 40, around 40, 45. I think he's born in 76. So like you've got more agey, wrestlers, and so Morrison. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what the end game is for you to split him up from the Miz just to become a.
But see, that's the thing too, Chris. We're going right back to the kid thing, because Morris could be such a cool dude, and that entrance is cool with the psychedelic, and then
I love it.
Psychedelic coming from the side. But what's he got, bro? Moist. He's got his bucket of toys.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. First of all, bro, he's going in the ring against a giant. This guy's 7'4", 300 pounds, whatever it is they're saying. He's coming out with a bucket of toys.
Yeah.
Like, really, bro? Like,
how is it believable for you
that's
to beat
what I'm
some
saying.
Colossal giant?
That's the disconnect, bro. Like, that's the disconnect.
Yeah, man. That's true. Styles defeats Xavier Woods. I mean, nothing big for that. I mean, that was expected. We mentioned that before. RK Bro defeating MVP and Bobby Lashley. All right. I mean, here's the thing. You're building up Orton and Riddle to a tag team division that's as 50-50 as you can get. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of building up them in a tag division where their competitors are just as average, as you can get as far as booking is concerned? So what you do to try to enhance the tag division, you have the world champion and his manager be a part of the main event. At the end of all this, it made Lashley look bad. And lastly, out of all the people in that match, should be the one who's protected the most. But he looked the worst out of all of them because he took the RKO at the end. Like, what is the logic behind your main
bro,
event
these
making the world champion look the
real
worst?
simple, bro. The only thing they have on this show that anyone is reacting to is RK Bro, and it's the kids. The kids are gonna love Riddle. I said that months ago. And that, bro, honestly, that's the only thing they have on this show right now they can go with. Who else are you going to go with? I mean, what else are you going to do? Who are you going to put Lashley in there with? What's the big angle with Lashley? Bro, I got to ask you a question. I think I know the answer to this. I don't watch SmackDown. Was Lesnar represented at all on this past Friday show?
No, he didn't.
No video, no nothing. But Becky was on.
Recap. I think they did a recap of what happened.
And what, did Becky cut a heel promo? Becky's a heel now?
Becky cut a promo, but she was kind of jabbing at a heel. She was saying that I don't care. It wasn't really like a full-out heel promo, but she was just saying, I'm sorry for absolutely nothing. And but she did it in a more cheerful way. But she was starting to get boos, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was starting to get boos because she was talking about beating Bianca, and she didn't get cheered for that. Mostly. So
just seems so many people are out of position and out of place. I mean, I'm seeing Rhea Ripley come down looking like the bride of Frankenstein, and she's fist.
Yeah. She does the whole gimmick, and she's like, "Yeah," you know what I mean? Like she's like pumped now, It's like,
I'm lost, bro. You saw, bro. They ran with Nikki Cross a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
she did barely a cameo tonight.
Barely. Yeah.
Now it's going to be now we're going to do the RKO well till that runs dry. Then it'll be somebody else.
Yeah. This is episodic television, Vince.
No, it's not.
It's supposed to be. Like, what other television, what other episodic television show has a character, your main character, let's give him a few weeks. Let's put him in the backside a little bit, put him in the background. Let's bring somebody else up here.
These are all standalone shows, bro. These are all you miss any of these, you don't miss anything.
I've said that over and over and over again on this show.
Yep.
If I missed WWE all this year and I started watching next week, there wouldn't be any catch up. There's no catch up.
Chris, it's funny because like we do this every week. Bro, here's the problem. We really care more than they do.
Yeah.
And it's all about them not caring because these aren't things they can't fix. Chris, that I was telling you about that clickbait little series I watched on Netflix.
Yeah.
Bro, this was the theme of the whole show. Every episode ended with you thinking it was somebody else. Like there was a death early on, and all of a sudden, like the whole focus of one episode is on this person. Oh, it's not that guy. Then the next one, bro, that's all they have to create here.
Oh yeah.
All they have, have all the wrestling you want, bro. All the stuff. All you have to create is some kind of who's done it.
Yeah,
at least give us, the old somebody got hit with a Hummer. Austin got run over. Whatever it is, give us that. Give us one who done it, and every week you think you set it up. It's this person, this person. Oh God, it's not, bro. But here's the problem: they don't care.
No.
They have to care to do that. Nick Khan's raking all this money in and is actually publicly saying this is a good show.
Yeah.
So you think they're going to change anything?
It's a good show because they're getting good money. That's the reason why it's a good show.
Right.
So I'm going to continue to say it's a good show if I'm racking in all this dough from these network deals, and so that's what it boils down to. Otherwise, us as spectators, we're like, oh, okay, I guarantee this match is going to be this match. This is going to be this variation of this match this next week, and probably the week after that, and this is probably going to happen. Just like the other day, just like the other week before SummerSlam, I called it to the T. I said Orton's going to have a match, He's going to get double teamed by AJ and Omos. Riddle's going to make the save, and then they're going to band together again. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, it was so clear. That's how predictable and just unenthusiastic the booking is. It's just, you can call it. I mean, it was like, oh, I really didn't need to watch that because I knew that was going to happen. Oh, did it happen? If someone knows the product so much and they're like, oh yeah, I guarantee this is going to happen, I'm not going to watch it. I'd rather watch Monday Night Football. Yeah. And then they tell one of their friends who watch it, did that happen? Yeah, it happened. Okay, I'm glad I didn't watch it. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's how a lot of people think, especially again with these other competitors, with Monday Night Football, with TikTok, with the social media platforms. Again, it's not just a WWE competition thing. WWE needs to write as if TikTok's a competitor, as if Snapchat's a competitor, as if Monday Night Football's a competitor. They need to write TV that has people understand, especially again with those kiddie shows, with those kiddie demographics. TikTok all day long, they'll be like the attention span is short, and it's so easy to just
bro, when you got a bunch of suckers lining up throwing money at you, man.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true, unfortunately. Well, speaking of throwing money at them, throw money at Vince Russo and subscribe to the Realm Network and the brand. So what's going on with your world, man?
Well, actually, bro, the Realm Network is no more because, I mean, I told you we had it. Our site got hacked, so I had to start all over and do it from scratch. So I'm going to a name that I really, really, really want that is more me. And we're gonna launch the new network like any day now, bro. So follow me on Twitter at the Vince Russo because you're gonna be getting details day by day.
Nice, man. Twitter at the Vince Russo. Let me make sure make sure I put that down here.
Yeah.
Twitter at the Vince Russo.
There you go. That's it.
Go there, man. You still doing the brand and stuff like that as far as subscribers and stuff?
But I can't. Nobody can subscribe right now because the site isn't up. But it should be up this week. We should be up this week, so they'll be able to follow the latest on the Vince Russo.
Cool. Go to the Vince Russo on Twitter. You will find your latest about what's going on. Vince Russo's got some big deals, some big things going on. He's got some big deals. He's got some big deals going on. Big deals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone. And this is another episode of Leads and Raw. Have a good week and so long.